Well, I'm really proud of our team. Obviously, we would have liked to play a little better tonight. I thought we learned as the match went along, got a little bit better, kind of deer in the headlights in that first set, but I think we got more aggressive. I think our defense helped us pick up that momentum. We just needed a couple more guns tonight, but I thought USC deserved the win. We said if we were playing at our best and they were playing at their best, then they deserved it, and I felt like we weren't, and they played a good match, and they deserved to win.
Aaron Siegel-Eisman, Indiana Daily student. Caitlin, can you talk about USC's aggressiveness, especially on the serve?
Going into it, we knew they were going to be a pretty tough serving team, and they had a lot of jump top spin, and they were pretty aggressive with their jump float, and we knew we just had to, pass on target to run our middles. And there were times we did it, and there were times we were doing it, and I think they were really aggressive with that, and with them taking us out of system, we just weren't able to run our middles and get our points and have a one-on-one situation, and so they were a pretty good serving team.
Next question.
Coach Sherry from IUS TV. Coach, in trying to build the program, what have you learned about yourself throughout this whole experience and your team?
I think one of the things this team taught me is that to enjoy the journey. We've had a great time this year, and I think one of the reasons we just wanted to keep playing was we were having so much fun, and the kids get along so well, and they were excited to come back on Monday. Every time we won, it was all right. We get to go back to practice. So I think you get so into it. It's a 24/7 job, and you're watching film all night and doing all these things. But I think this team really taught me that passion that they have kind of rubbed off on me, and just to enjoy it. So it's been a fun year, and there's only going to be one team standing at the end, and there's 328 Division I teams. So to get to the Sweet 16 is definitely something we want to start as a tradition every year. This isn't something, it's like a one-hit wonder. We're building this team and this program to be long-lasting, and I think this is just one of those steps for us. It's not something that we're just excited to be here and it was great and everything. It's talking about what do we need to do to get back next year, and what have these seniors left us so we can continue to move forward.
Ashley, John Cummings, State Daily News. Speaking of seniors leaving, looking back, to be on the first team to make it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament at Indiana, and playing the way you did tonight in the final, what do you think you'll take away from this experience?
More than anything, friendships, that's a really big part of it. But also, whatever Coach Dunbar's taught me, whatever our staff's taught me, just blocking, hitting. Coach Dunbar and their staff have really improved me since my freshman year, and all my thanks goes to them. But yeah, back to the friendship thing. Caitlin and I were talking afterwards, and she asked, what are we gonna do after you leave? And I was like, don't worry about it. There's gonna be someone that's gonna step up and take that position. And I was like, and I'm always there for you. You can talk to me. You can ask me questions. I'll do anything I can to help this program to continue on a great success.
You look at across the net, and I'm not very good mathematically, but I figured, average they had 5 inches. When you got what you guys have on the court compared to them, did it just come down to a lot of scrappiness and a lot of heart? Because there were a lot of 16, 16s, 15, 15s throughout the games.
I think, it just came down to scrappiness and being gritty on the court. When we have the 3 of us defensive specialists back there, I think it's just more of that attitude of not letting a ball hit the floor. And I think our block really did a good job in sets 2 and 3 of setting up that a good block for us to dig around. And I don't think we were intimidated. I think we were just, going after it, and we had nothing to lose. And so just playing that way and having that mindset, I think that's what built our defense tonight.
Next question.
Ashley, Jim Avedillo from Herald Times. Just talk about, despite holding them under 220, what impressed you most about the way they used their height and their ability. What was most impressive about what USC brought at you guys all game long? Because it seemed like whenever you had a chance to get over that hump, they brought a couple of heavy hits at you and just managed to pull away those last 2 sets.
Yeah, in film we watched a lot of them hitting, and we noticed that they hit over the block, which is really hard to block, obviously, if they're hitting over us. I don't know if they did that a lot this game or not, but I wasn't. I don't know how bad this sounds, but I wasn't paying attention to exactly how hard they were hitting. I was just more focused on trying to block them, and I had all the confidence in the world that our DSs were gonna dig them up, and they're big, they're strong, they play in a conference that they get set high, and that gives them the opportunity to hit over us, as well as have more time to decide where they want to hit and see the court, and that's really difficult to play against when you're used to our conference, which we just hit hard, and you try to force the ball through the block, around the block, not really over the block.
Coach, Aaron Siegel Eisman, Indiana Daily student. Can you talk a little bit about the fight of the team? Alex Jupiter said right before that it was a dogfight out there.
Yeah, I think that's been what we do all year long. I think you look at last weekend and 2 5-set matches in less than 2 days, and really tight matches. And I felt like our fans definitely helped us a lot with that. I mean, it felt like a home court for Indiana tonight. And I think these guys have built that, and that's why people come out, because our team plays with so much emotion and so much fight. I think they're fun to watch, and people want to jump on board a team like that. So I think that's been a tradition that I love about this team and about this program, and one we definitely want to carry on. But I think when we don't have horses like USC, a lot of times we have to have that fight. You have to keep digging the ball so we can transition and get 2 or 3 swings when they might only need 1 swing. And that's okay. You just got to find different ways to do different things, and get the same result. And I think that we proved that you can do that throughout the year against Penn States, Minnesota's, Ohio State's, Illinois', Michigan's, that also have a lot of offense like USC did. So, I'm proud of the fight we had. I don't think we ever gave up tonight. I didn't think we played great volleyball, really smart volleyball. I thought we made a lot of errors and at critical times, but I never felt like we lost that fight, and I thought our defensive specialists especially kept us in it.
Coach, Taylor and Ashley graduated. They were freshmen your first year at IU. What kind of legacy do they leave here at IU?
One we talk about all the time, and the kids get sick of hearing it probably, but I think that the one predominant thing is that they've always played for something bigger than themselves, and that's what we preach in our program. It was never about statistics or All-American status or anything like that. It was always about making Indiana better. I think they have a true love for the school and for the athletic department and for their team. And that's the one thing that I think will be carried on, is that very unselfish players that just really, really have a passion to be great and have a passion for a program to be great. And I love that. I love coaching with people like that. I remember last year when Ashley was named All-American, brought her in, and first of all, she cried for like 10 minutes straight. But it was so humbling because she was just in disbelief. She's the same kid that sat in my office in her freshman year and wondered if she was good enough to play at Indiana. And now you look, and she's one of the best players in the country. And that's never gone to her head. She's the goofiest kid around, and she just loves this school so much. And to have our young players see that and to be that unselfish and to understand what it really means to play for a school and for something bigger is something you can't. You can't buy that. And so for them to pass that along, we really appreciate that in our program.